What's up, guys? It's Fantastic Films here today, and I'm with Jackson.
Hello.
And we are reviewing the movie Spider-Man Homecoming. So, real quick before we get started off, I just want to say, how hyped were you for this movie?
I was incredibly hyped, especially when, people were telling me it was awesome. My mom saw it without me. So, I was really hyped when I was, ready to watch it. And
Yeah, I was pretty hyped, too. I'm really excited. I've been a Spider-Man fan since I was a kid. Basically, the plot of this movie is that it takes place after Civil War, and if you've seen Civil War, then Spider-Man is kind of in the Avengers, sort of, not officially, and ever since then he's been wanting another mission from Tony Stark, and Robert Downey Jr. appears in this movie, but you'll have to see the movie for yourselves. It's a really good movie.
So I thought this movie was very well put together. All the plot points were good. There were a few plot twists that were, nobody expected, and, that was it. It was insane. Overall, this movie was really good. I don't know. We're gonna give our ratings in a little bit, and it's pretty good. But one thing I didn't like. I usually like my superhero movies to be memorable. There's I always remember it. But so what we did is we watched the movie last night and we slept on it for the review. And I just can't remember much about the movie. It doesn't seem that memorable to me. Yes, it's a very good movie. Obviously I remember what happened in the movie. But you know what I'm talking about, those memorable things that, stick in your mind. It just didn't happen for me this time.
Yeah, so overall, I really liked this movie, kind of like Jackson. I was really excited for it when I saw it. I liked it. I liked how everything just kind of connected together. One of my biggest fears going into this movie was that it was going to be another MCU movie, and I really wanted a solo Spider-Man movie. I didn't want to have all these connections to the MCU, because the MCU is great, and I love how the films all connect, but for this, I just really wanted a solo Spider-Man movie, and when I saw the trailers and the opening shot in this movie is Avengers Tower, I was like, oh crap, it's another MCU movie, and we didn't get that. It had some elements that connect to it, but they're incorporated very well. They're not, shoved down your throat. It's not constant. It's just kind of cool. It works. Now, while this film was great, it definitely wasn't perfect. There was one major issue I had of this movie, and it's an issue that I have with a lot of other Marvel movies after the Avengers, which is Marvel has horrible villains. This villain is good. Michael Keaton is great. I've been a fan of his for a long time, but the way his character was developed wasn't good. He wasn't developed enough. I felt like every time, we'd be watching a Spider-Man part in the movie where he's doing something in high school, which was really cool in this movie. Every time they cut back to Michael Keaton doing his bad guy villainy thing, it felt rushed, and I felt like I wanted to be with Spider-Man. I didn't want to be with this guy, and that was mostly because they didn't develop his character enough, so it didn't make you care enough about him. So that was one of my biggest gripes with this movie. But other than that, this was a really solid Marvel movie. And I kind of do understand, the whole not, being memorable kind of a thing. One of my favorite superhero movies of all time is the Dark Knight movies and the first two Spider-Man movies. And those, for me, I can remember almost every part in the movie. And they're some of my favorites. But it just didn't feel quite that way. So by all means, you should definitely go out and see this movie while it's still out. I recommend 3D. I haven't seen it, but I've heard from a lot of other people that the 3D is really good in the movie. So you should definitely check that out. And overall, I think I'm going to give this movie an A.
And for me, I would give this movie an A- because, like I said, it's just, not memorable enough, but still a very, well thought out, well put together film as a whole.
Thank you so much for watching my review of Spider-Man Homecoming. Let me know what you thought down below in the comments section. Advice, your own thoughts on the movie, really good stuff like that. This is Jackson. Subscribe to his channel. His link will be in the description below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see here, subscribe. That way I can see you soon. Peace.